10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It's Thursday morning, June 22nd, 2023. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast, of course, at 103.3 FM. And if you want to listen to us anywhere else on the planet, just go to our website, KSJE.com, and you can listen live right there. I want to welcome also our viewers who are joining us this morning because, as you know, KSJE is a community-supported visual radio station. So we welcome our viewers who are joining us this morning by watching the video stream, going out live to the KSJE Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. Glad that you are all with us this morning, because coming up in the next few moments, my conversation with Patience Williams with the San Juan County Partnership. She is involved, of course, with the Farmington Growers Market and much, much more. We'll be talking about the start of the Growers Market season, of course, here in San Juan County, and also about the local food summit that's planned for July. That and more coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE this morning. Nick Hess will take over the studio, roving with the arts, of course, at 9:06. He's playing music this morning from the wonderful Vivaldi and also Richard Strauss. Hear that next hour after the news at 9:06 on KSJE today. A reminder, too, you can connect with us on our Twitter account at KSJE_news and at KSJE, and also on our Instagram page as well. And if you're a podcast person, we invite you to subscribe for free to KSJE Podcasts. They are available wherever you're already listening to podcasts, and discover a new local program that you may have missed. Outside our studios here at San Juan College this Thursday morning, beautiful sunshine, 63 degrees at the moment. We're expecting a sunny and breezy day today, 90 for a high this afternoon, clear and 55 tonight. A bit windier tomorrow, a little bit cooler, high of 88 on Friday with a low of 46, then 87 and sunshine on Saturday. Take a look at Sunday, though, 92 for a high on Sunday, sunshine 94 Monday and Tuesday, 92 on Wednesday, again, kind of mid-90s for the rest of next week. Back with my guest in just a moment. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. Positive Realty, your locally owned full-service real estate brokerage, proudly serving buyers and sellers throughout San Juan County. Owner-realtor Matt Albright is ready to answer your real estate questions in an ever-changing market, offering his experience, market knowledge, and relaxed professional approach to every transaction. Positive Realty, making real estate goals a reality, always working on behalf of their clients' best interests. More information at 505-787-7121 or online at positiverealtynm.com. KSJE is supported by the Harvest Food Hub, featuring local produce and goods located at 310 West Animas Street in downtown Farmington. The Food Hub is open Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 6:30 p.m., Saturdays 11 to 3. The Food Hub accepts all forms of payment, including SNAP. SNAP recipients receive 50% off all produce. Weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly farm boxes will begin June 22nd, with a discount farm box available for San Juan College students. sanjuancollege.edu/Harvest Food Hub.
Mark your calendars because you don't want to miss the 37th Annual Freedom Days festivities in Farmington. This jolt-worthy event runs June 30th through July 4th with fun for the entire family. Gem and Mineral Show, TGIF, Ice Cream Social at the E3 Children's Museum, the Farmington Jazz Festival, fireworks display, and free Call and Ray concert round out this long-standing tradition. Make sure to celebrate this year in Farmington. Check out farmingtonnm.org for a complete schedule of events or call Visit Farmington at 505-326-7602.
Let me introduce my guest who is joining me this morning to talk a little bit about her involvement in all the things that are going on this summer here in San Juan County. Patience Williams is joining me again from the San Juan County Partnership. Patience, good morning. Thank you for being with me this morning.
Good morning, Scott. I'm glad to be here. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, but great to see you. And you are a busy person because things are revving up here in the county for the summer, and we've got a lot to talk about, including the local food summit that's coming up, and of course all the growers markets that are getting ready to start very soon. And so maybe let's start with those, because I know one of them is just a couple of days away from opening, right?
Absolutely. We have our Farmington Growers Market that is at the Gateway Museum in Farmington, and that starts this Saturday. And so everybody, make sure you get down there. One of the programs we like to talk about that not everybody knows about is the SNAP Double Up Food Bucks. And it is one of the most amazing programs, because if you have an EBT SNAP card, you bring it to any of our growers markets around San Juan County and go up to the information desk. You can swipe your card and say you swipe it for $20. They give you $40. So $20 to spend on all the wonderful, amazing things, and then that extra $20 is to spend on fresh fruits and vegetables. And one of the great things is, at this time of year, they're going to be selling a lot of like tomato plants that produce fruits and vegetables. You can use your SNAP Double Up Bucks for those as well. So if you want to have like a little back deck container garden with a few tomato plants, you can purchase those tomato plants with your Double Up Bucks. And
nice.
So anybody that knows anyone who has EBT or SNAP, our farmers markets, we take those, and it's such a great program that not everybody knows about, and I just think it's great. I've had people come in and swipe for $100, and that's $200 of fresh local produce that they're providing to their family, and putting that money back into our local economy and supporting these local farmers as well. So it's such an amazing program. Right.
Very good. Well, and we want to remind everybody, as you said, that the Farmington market opens this Saturday. It'll be held on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon through October. And then Tuesdays, the market will fire up in the afternoons from 4 to 6 p.m. between the months of July and September.
Correct. And then we are gearing up. So after June, once we get into July, we have Kirtland Market that starts on July 3rd. And that is going from 5 to 7 in the evenings. Our next one is Aztec, July 5th, which is 4:30 to 7. Bloomfield, July 6th, 4 to 6. Shiprock is July 15th, and they are going to be on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
So,
good to know.
You can find all this at the New Mexico Farmers Marketing Association online, and it says Find Your Market, and you can just go in, and they have all the bubbles. You can just go up to the San Juan County, and we have all of our markets there. So.
Very good. And how has the growing season so far been this summer? We had a nice wet spring, it seems to me, and a cool spring that hopefully has helped farmers and growers in the region, and we should see quite a variety, I would think, of fruits and vegetables when it becomes harvest time.
I believe so. We had a below average temperature for the part of the first part of the growing season. And I know it delayed me putting my plants in the ground. I don't know about everyone else, but everything is growing beautifully right now. I don't know who got damaged by the hail. I had hail come through and decimate my chilies.
Oh.
But for the most part, it's been a beautiful growing season. I don't know if it's a little bit delayed or not. I don't see we've had our first cut of hay. So if anybody, the hay market, I've seen trailers go by and fields are cutting right now, which is a beautiful thing. So I really think with all the moisture and now the temperatures getting back up to normal, it's going to be a beautiful growing season. So we're going to have a huge variety of a little bit of everything, I think.
Right.
So,
hope so. Yeah. And it seems plenty of water too for irrigation and things like that as well this summer. I haven't heard about any concerns about supplies of water this summer.
No, I know back in, I believe it was February, we were at 184% of our snowpack, and then of course we've just been dumped on since then. So I think we're well over 200% of our snowpack. So our irrigation should be going strong, and water should not be an issue. Does not mean that we should just go flagrantly waste water, obviously. but I don't think we're going to have any restrictions at this point. And everybody just watch out for those. Still conserve your water. Water is precious in this area, and if you can conserve it, do. But I don't think we're going to have an issue on having to monitor it and go on different days. So
right. Very true. But It sounds like to me that as the growers markets in every community get up and running, we should see quite a variety of fruits and vegetables as the season and the harvest start coming in this summer.
Absolutely. And speaking of harvest, our Harvest Food Hub has been open.
That's right.
Now for a couple weeks. And so anybody, if you don't want to wait for the markets, or you look at middle of the week and we're not open on some of the other markets until July, definitely look up the San Juan College Harvest Food Hub. And their hours, they've got a lot of different things offering there. So that's another big thing, that if you can't make it to our markets, definitely go down to the Harvest Food Hub. Very true. And they are located in downtown Farmington, just a few blocks south, I would say, of Main Street. I think it's on Animas. And yes, 310 West Animas. Thank you, 310 West Animas, and that's where to find them. And a great kind of one-stop shop for a lot of the growers and farmers in the area. And again, like you said, if you can't wait for the market, you can get to the food 100%. Hub. And they also have an online component too, right? They do have an online component, absolutely. Just go into San Juan College Harvest Food Hub, and you can order boxes. You can get on their box subscription, which is amazing. And I did forget one thing, Scott, the Makers Market in downtown Farmington. On Thursdays. So yes, on Thursdays that is going to be going, and they will have the San Juan College Harvest Food Hub at their Thursday markets. So that is also a really great addition. Another opportunity. So, that's great. Yes. And Flo Trujillo, if anybody has any questions on that, just look for Flo Trujillo at the Arts Council, and she has all the information on the downtown market. There you go. Very good. Yeah. Well, there's lots about, so no excuses is what I'm hearing from you, Patience Williams, for not getting fresh fruits and vegetables on the table this summer. Exactly. No, and supporting local, and, Scott, you have been such a huge component in really helping to support our local farmers and local growers for the last, well, I know probably before that, but for me, last 7 years. And, this time, we really supporting our local farmers, our local economy. There really is no excuse, because there's one in every town, almost every day of the week. Right. So, and on the days that they're not, you have the Harvest Food Hub. So no excuse, everybody. Get your fresh fruits and vegetables to your families. And once you go fresh fruits and vegetables, it's really hard to go back to the grocery store. So just try it. Very true. That's very true. Very true. Mm-hmm. And are you hearing more from the farmers and the growers, Patience Williams, about kind of the opportunity to sell at these markets, and that they know they're going to have a customer base, so they're more willing to maybe invest in more produce, more plants, more fruits, more vegetables? Is that kind of starting this whole ecosystem as we expand a little bit? Yeah, we've had this winter during kind of the off season, which is a farmer will say there's no real off season. We were able to connect with our local growers and really push the idea of, if you grow it, it will be sold. And there are still some growers that they've had to compost some of their fruits and vegetables, but we do have opportunities for them to different arenas, and of course the one is the Food Hub. And if they're willing to go to the Food Hub, because we all know Marie Johnson with Farmington Schools has told every farmer in the area, if you grow it, I will buy it, and she does. And so it's just scary. And as you know, from a farmer, that's most of them, it's not their full-time job. Well, it is a full-time job, but it's not their first full-time job. They have a full-time job, and then they come home and they full-time farm. Right. And it's really scary to put that time, energy, and money back into that if that guarantee is not there. So with our institutions, we have really tried to make that promise to our growers that if they grow it, it will be sold. And the Harvest Food Hub is a big, huge component of that. And so it's starting to grow. It really is. We've had some new farmers that have been here for quite some time sign on with the Harvest Food Hub. And so we're really looking forward to see how that goes for them this year, because they have been having to compost at the end of the season. And some Saturdays You just don't sell everything at the market, so you take it back and you compost it, which of course is wonderful, but still, that's money going back into the ground. So this is going to be a really telling year with the weather and the water and with the food hub to see how that works out. And I think that a lot of farmers are just waiting to see. And I don't really think it's a trust issue, but it's just that security issue.
Sure.
So we're hoping that this season will just be like, look, you grew it, we bought it. Next season, we're going to ramp up even a little bit more. So,
Right.
And I know that even Townsend, they've been, doubling some of their chili crops because it's selling so well. So it is working. I know my name is Patience, but I'm very impatient. I'd like to see it tomorrow be like everybody ramps up and can farm full time. And I know that that's not reality. And so we're just hoping in the next few years that really does continue to build because it already is building.
Right. That's good to see. Well, and we have been talking about this, you're right, for a number of years from the very meager beginnings. And here we are as these systems get up and running and more farmers are trusting in the market and the customers that are there. And you mentioned Marie, and she is representing Farmington School. So she's a big customer for these growers. And that's probably more of what we need then, right? To have these bigger customers, school districts, and maybe hotels or restaurants or others that will buy in larger quantities of these goods, these items that are being grown?
Absolutely, absolutely. And right now, we're really focusing on our institutions. San Juan County, Farmington, Kirtland, all these different areas have been part of pilot programs through a program called NM Grown, which is state money that comes back to our counties and cities, districts, that is given to them to procure local fresh fruits, vegetables, and meat. Marie Johnson was in just an amazing part of getting meat passed on the NM Grown for schools, daycare centers, senior centers. So we were originally a pilot for the NM Grown for the schools, which all 4 school districts participated in. And then we were chosen to be a pilot program for the Farm to Senior Center. Again, all our senior centers went into that one and were part of the pilot program. And last year we were chosen to be part of the pilot program with farm to early child care centers. And Barb Tedrow was a huge, huge part in that. And she is on board and they're even planning their own garden at their new center to provide fresh fruits and vegetables. If they can't get it from our local farmers, they're going to give it for themselves. And these kids are going to be able to go out and plant and harvest their own. So San Juan County is a leader in the farm to institution programs, and we just want to grow that because the demand is there, and it's just really getting our growers and everyone to feel that trust to continue to ramp up their things. So right now, all 4 of our school districts participate. A lot of the daycare centers and senior centers also participate. We're now working with hospitals with a fresh fruits and vegetable prescription program to where they can actually prescribe their patients fruits and vegetable prescriptions that they can redeem at the farmers markets. So kind of a cool program there.
Very exciting. Yeah, very cool. And before we leave our topic of the growers markets, I did want to make mention of the other exciting project that is coming, I think, to the Farmington Growers Market, and that is the construction of a pavilion near the site of the Growers Market. I think just right in close proximity to the museum on East Main Street, that will be the new home of the Growers Market. Am I getting that mostly correct?
Yes, and we were actually talking about that yesterday. This is a wonderful segue, Scott. Perfect.
Okay.
For our local
Your food summit.
Yes, local food summit. I can't believe I just forgot that.
That's okay.
Our local food summit, we are actually wanting to do a celebration for the pavilion coming this next year. So ground has not been broken yet, but the plans are out there. The site is chosen, so it'll be at the Gateway Museum just off to the side there, and it'll be a permanent pavilion for our growers markets. And of course, during the off season, it'll be a beautiful place to be used for other events. So it is just a huge, exciting project in the works right now. So, and look for that on the local food summit on that Saturday during the market. So it's going to be a really cool thing.
Okay, very cool. And as I envision it, it's going to be a covered, shady, large pavilion, right? And that's where folks can gather for the growers markets on Tuesdays and Saturdays in Farmington. Is that the idea?
I believe so. I personally have not got to see the plans yet, so I will haggle with Bonnie and get those plans. But yes, I believe it is a fully covered, and the stalls are going to be permanent. So each grower will have a stall there, and it's just going to be beautiful.
Nice.
So,
well, congratulations to everyone that was involved in that. I know it's been a big effort for a lot of folks, and it'll be a great addition to, again, the local food economy that is growing, as we've been talking about here for a number of years in the region. But let's talk more about this local food summit that is coming up again this summer. Of course, you're a big part of that, and it celebrates all the things that we're talking about.
Absolutely. We started the Local Food Summit back in 2019 was our first one after we did a Local Food, Local Places Technical Assistance Grant that really focused on the food systems in our area and what can be done. And, we did a big community assessment, and we found out that there is a lot of work to do in our local food systems. There's a lot of people that don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, whether it be location, transportation, opportunity, things like that. And so this has been something we've been building on, and every year we try to get an update on this is what we're working on, but as a community, what do you feel is important? And so this year it is looking like it's going to be on July 20th. It'll be a full day. And we are going to be sending out a survey with the registration link to get everyone's input on what they feel is important, because we think we know what's important. Obviously, we're in the community, we're working in the food systems, but to get a community perspective of what they feel is important, and then to rewrite or update our action plan moving forward to integrate some of the things that or all of the things that the community really feels is important in the food systems. And so that survey will be going out with the registration link when we get that up and going in the next couple of weeks. The full day, it will be in person this year, and we'll have a full day. A lot of speakers. We're going to be talking about agritourism, and that is another way for our farmers and our growers to make money, because at the end of the day, if they can't make money farming, then they can't farm. And there is a huge push for agritourism, and as when people love to go and tour farms, we've had some people that have they can get a bucket and go pick their own corn, things like that, and that is a great thing for families all over the country. Go and they want to see agriculture entities. And so agritourism is a big part that we're really wanting to bring into Farmington, and not just Farmington, but San Juan County. And then we're going to be looking at the updated action plan. And then the next day we are going to be doing farm tours. And so that kind of just goes into that agritourism. We've done the farm tours in the past, and I was able to go 2 years ago, and it was just amazing. That was the best day to go and look at these farms and see. We have some traditional growers that they do everything in the traditional way, and it's absolutely beautiful. And we have so much of that around San Juan County, and just to be able to share that with the world. We'll have that, and then we're looking at the celebration on that Saturday market. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 20th, 21st, I'm hoping I'm getting my dates right, of July. And we will be sharing that registration link in the next couple weeks that you can go on and register for the conference itself, and then again for the farm tours the next day. So, and we'll be providing lunch on the farm tours, and so you have a beautiful lunch as we're riding the buses, and hopefully picnic at one of the beautiful farms.
Very good. I'm looking at my calendar here, and I think the dates in July are going to be the 20. Let me look again. Sorry, the 20th is a Thursday.
Yep.
And the 21st a Friday, and the 22nd a Saturday.
Yes. So the Thursday will be the full day conference, Friday farm tours, and then Saturday at the farmers market.
Got it. There we go. Perfect. Well, I know we'll be talking more about that as we get a little closer. So that's a good thing to put on your calendars, though. And who should come to this local food summit? Who would you say? Obviously, folks who are in the farming business, but who else would you recommend should maybe make plans to attend?
So anybody, any growers or farmers, obviously, and we know that July is very hard as a farmer or grower because you're right in the middle of peak harvest. But if they can even send a representative, but people that are interested in investing into our agriculture life here in San Juan County. So anyone who's interested, being like, oh wow, I know this place over here that it would be a wonderful venue and it's agriculture and everything like that. How can I make that into something? So anybody who's interested in investing into our agricultural way of life, whether it's agritourism, farming, anything like that, even if they haven't got one up and going yet, this is a really good opportunity. One of the other things that we're going to have is a local insurance agent there, because there's always that talk kind of in the background about liability and everything else. And so we're going to have an insurance agent there that specializes in that can actually walk people through. So it's not as scary, because when you go into an entity mostly going into agritourism, you have a little bit of like, what if someone trips and falls on my farm? And so we're going to have a lot of information on that. So anybody who is interested in getting into agriculture, whether it be agritourism, farming, anything like that, this is a really great opportunity to come and meet people and get these tools of the trade. Institutions, schools, daycare centers, hospitals, senior centers, anyone as an institution who would like to come in and find out how to provide their students, residents, anything with local fresh produce and meat would be more than welcome. We would love them to come, because we will have Mike Ventachinque, who's talking about the New Mexico Farmers Market Association and food all over New Mexico. Just community members that are interested in participating in helping our food systems, whether it's food access to our high-risk communities, lack of food access, food deserts, anything like that. So there's going to be a lot of talk this whole thing about just our food system in general. And so anybody who is interested, concerned about food access, because that has been an issue, and it still is an issue. We've been working on it for years, but it's an issue that isn't going to go away anytime soon. And to have that community input is a huge thing, because like I said, we work in the food systems every day, but we don't know everything. And so we need that community input. And so anybody who is interested in helping with the food systems, anything like that. So, and just, it's going to be a great time. A lot of people who have no idea of the food systems, they come and then it just pulls them in, and then you go on the farm tour the next day and then you're hooked. So
right. I keep thinking even people like me who just like to eat could find something they are interested in at the Food Summit, right? So there's that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because, I mean, what's better than cooking with fresh local food?
Right.
There is nothing better. I mean, I think you almost feel like your own little chef when you get all this food from the market and you come home and you just prepare this beautiful meal. You want to take pictures of it and share it with the world. So yes, even if you like to cook and eat, come and meet the people that you're buying from. Very true. When you look at a farmer and they stare you right in the eye and face to face, you just get that trust of like what you're buying is the most beautiful product you're going to get. So it is really a special time when you're meeting our farmers and our growers around the county.
Very good. And I wanted to ask you too, Patience Williams, a little bit about some news that I'm hearing about the reservation, that maybe there's more interest back on farming on the reservation, maybe some interest in moving and getting some of the irrigation ditches back up and running and cleaned out, and some older farms maybe putting back into service. Are you hearing some of that as well, or am I off base?
Nope, I've heard some talk come down the wire, and of course we have some specialists in the area that we can ask about that. Mm-hmm. But I think with some of the grant money that what's providing with the pavilion as well, some of those irrigation projects, ditches and gates are hopefully going to be rebuilt.
Great.
And yes, we've been talking, and I know that the Shiprock Farmers Market is up and going, and wanting to grow is a huge part of their culture. And so that, I think a lot of the next generation, they're wanting to do that and actually go back to their traditional roots and grow in that manner. So there is, I think, a want, and hopefully we can, I guess, look and see if that is on the books. But I have heard rumors as well, so I'm hoping I'm hoping, and we can find out and definitely talk about it again, because that is amazing.
Right.
And hopefully it's true. So
I hope so too. Well, I hate to put rumors on the radio, but I think
yes,
from reliable sources that there is some at least discussions happening about these
yes,
topics.
there is.
And that we can be
There
sure
is
of.
definitely
So,
discussions.
okay, good to know. And of course, things like the local food summit is available to farmers or potential farmers both on and off the reservation. It's open to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
You know, there is money in agriculture, and sometimes it's hard to find, but that is also what the Food Summit does. It connects people with tools and resources to where you can find money to assist you in agriculture of any sort. So
Wonderful. Well, Patience Williams, we're just about out of time, but before we go, would you mind maybe running through the farmers growers market schedule again as they start ramping up here? We know Farmington is starting up this Saturday, and some of the other
yes,
ones are going to be on the other days of the week as they get up and running full speed. But I know I'm putting you on the spot to get your notes back out about the schedule for the growers
yes,
markets. But if you've got that in front of you, Farmington is this Saturday starting up, right, from 8 to noon?
correct. We have this Saturday, and then in July 3rd, we have the Kirtland Market from 5 to 7. The next one is Aztec on July 5th from 4:30 to 7. We have Bloomfield July 6th from 4 to 6. And then we have Shiprock on July 15th. We have Saturdays from 8 to 2 and Wednesdays from, I think it says 12 to 6. And then we also have Townsend Farms, who is open all the time, every day from 10 to 6. So we have that. And Scott, I wanted to really quick
Yes.
go through a summer meal program from Marie Johnson for the Farmington schools.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
And this is food available in some of the parks and at some of the school sites around Farmington?
Yes, yes. So we have the buses are going to be delivering meals, and it's starting on June 5th, so it's already started. And so the bus routes are Bloomfield Highway, Wild Horse Valley, Lee Acres, Crawford Pens, and Mesa Manzano,
Mm-hmm.
Westland Park and La Plata Highway, Wildflower Parking, Andrea Drive and Dino Mar area, the Best-Eye Highway, South Butler and Cannery Court, East Main, Star Heights, and Road 3000, West Apache, Troy King, and Harper Hill. So those are the bus routes on the Seamless Summer Meal buses. And then our food sites, and they are operating Monday through Friday.
Okay.
All sites are going to be closed on the 19th, but that already happened. And then July 4th, they're not going to have anything on the July 4th. So we have Animas Elementary, which is a grab and go, Burke Park, Bluffview Elementary, the Boys and Girls Club on the Positive Way. They have a congregate service. Brookside Park, Central Kitchens on North Court, Country Club Elementary, Hermosa Middle School, and then the 6 meal on the bus routes. So Animas Elementary is going to be hot lunch and then next day cold breakfast. So you're going to get your hot lunch and then you're going to get a bag for breakfast the next day. Burke Park is the same.
Okay.
Bluffview is hot lunch and cold breakfast the next day. And then Boys and Girls Club is hot breakfast and hot lunch. Brookside Park is hot lunch and then breakfast the next day. Central Kitchen is supper, breakfast the next day. Country Club is hot lunch and breakfast. Same with Hermosa Middle School. And then on the bus delivery, it is the heat and serve lunch and breakfast options. So the meal programs that Farmington schools do, they're rock stars, is all I can say. I'm reading through this, and the kids get lunch and then breakfast the next day. So it's an amazing program. And you guys can go to the Farmington Municipal Schools website and also click on this information to really get detailed in all the addresses. And they're running from June 5th to August 4th.
Okay.
So
all summer, it seems like to me.
all summer, and then you have the bus routes. And so if you don't have access to go to one of these sites, you have the bus routes. And so you just walk down and get your lunches.
Excellent. And I think, too,
No excuse to eat hot Cheetos
that's right.
for
That's
breakfast and lunch.
very true. And I think all the school districts are offering some type of a summer meal program, if I'm not mistaken. So we talked about the
Yes, all
Farmington
districts
one, but
are, and you go to each of the districts' websites, very easy to access, and just go on to their nutrition link, and they're going to have all the schedules on the grab and go meals and their sites for the meal programs.
excellent. And these are free, right? Are they not?
Yes,
Free for
they are free.
for the public. So wonderful opportunity.
Yep.
So great. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad we saved some time for that. So appreciate that.
Yes.
Patience, thank you so much for your time. It's always great to see you and visit with you and learn about all the work that you and everybody under your tutelage are doing with the growing community here in Farmington and San Juan County.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for all your support, Scott. You have been just integral in just educating our community about our agriculture here in San Juan County. So thank you for having me.
You bet. It's great to do it and appreciate it very much. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Scott.
That is Patience Williams.
Bye-bye.
She's with the San Juan County Partnership, my guest right here on KSJE Farmington.
Patreon started out